Thank you for coming on into the live and sharing your essence with me in this eternal moment of which we all share an inextricable and inexorable part. Thank you for doing your part, for coming on in each and every day. I hope you caught that nice smooth move to the upside. We called it before we saw it, and it did it not once but 2 or 3 times, and we're on the third possibility going up beyond 28K. Let's take a look at the main screen, shall we? All right, so as we've been seeing this pitch fan, we're reaching the outskirts. We hit that 28K region on the outskirts of this fan. It's no longer into that fan territory. And let's go ahead and take a look at the heat map of High Block. What is the heat map? Well, it's to see where the people get crispy and burned inside the charts when they leave their liquidity to be taken by the market maker. Let's go take a look inside, as we do all the time. And we previously saw that this guy here was at $270 million, and they came up and gobbled him up and kept going. And not only that, the FOMO breadstick riding green candle boys got destroyed too, as they came down in the early morning of Asia and ripped them to shreds. That's why you take profits as you go. And they came up here and started to induce some more shorts up here. You're seeing the short liquidity get stacked once again up in this region here. Looks like an inverse head and shoulders. Somebody called it out in Rainier's Discord. Shout out to them. It's shoulder, head, and shoulder. You could be coming up to this region to get these shorts, as they like to stack up here. The immediate from this black zone is right up in here. Let's go to the higher heat map levels and see what we see. We're getting faster at this as we go faster. How y'all doing out there? Boom! Did you like that fire? Watch this. We're crispy. Smoky, toasty. I'm a dork. What can I say? All right, so in the 12-hour time frame, we got some nice juicy stuff up here at 28.6. Yeah, it looks like they've induced more to the upside in the last 12 hours. Not that I ever look at this 12-hour one, but it just shows that immediate oomph to what they're trying to do, even though it's even Steven for the most part. As you go to the higher time frames, as we always do, you started to see that it was caked up nicely down at 24K, but that's a long ways away, and you still have only single digits of billion liquidity here, although you're getting more up in this region, paving the way to 30K, but it's still only in the 2 billion range within the 7-day time frame. So let's go a little bit faster to the 1 month. 1 month is imbalanced to the upside in terms of liquidity. You have 777, 779, 96898, almost reaching into the double digits of billions of dollar liquidity, whereas you're only in the 5, 4, 3, 2, 1 region down here. So it just expresses on the 1 month that it wants to continue higher. All right, so on the 3 month, you start to see the interest of the lucky campers down here that managed to escape detection or getting burnt to a crisp down here, and so that is an interesting target. But on the way down to that journey, there is not so much there. There are some pools at 12 billion, 16 down at 23.4, and so on and so forth. But for the most part, you have more up here in these regions. 22 billion, now 23 billion, 18, 17, 17, 22, 23, and 18. This is the external liquidity range of the 3 month time frame. So you're starting to see the imbalance still be apparent on the upside. So if we go to the 1 year, which is my favorite one, you get to see why it is they came back with such a passion to come get this $198 billion up here. And they also got the rest of this up to 27.6, and now they've consumed the 28K region and nearly gotten the 28.4. No, they did get the 28.4 of 100 billion. So now you're starting to enter the sparse territory of 69 and 70. It's getting below 100 billion, and it starts to get sparser on its journey up to 30K. So if we go to the 6-month time frame, we're going to see that broken down a little bit more minutely. So we have 44 billion at 28.5, 28.8. All right, so I think we can skip out of this chart. I think we got a good idea of the liquidity, but I want to leave it. Yeah, let's leave this one open and leave this one open. There we go. And we're going to go to the chart with some fib and make sure our fib levels are correct. So what we were seeing with the Fibonacci was when we were down here, we were seeing that the triple bottom was in effect here, and we were holding this fib level of the higher time frame 0.66 region, and we bounced out of that, and the previous trend-based fib level that we were talking about here held true. I just left it up there to prove a point, and if you could hold the 236 level, which we did, then you started to see yourself come up to the 1618. That's why we got rejected at the 1618 exactly, because it was one of those fib levels. So there was a narrative, a dialogue, if you will, contained within this impulse retrace idea, which got expressed and eventually came to take it. So I think these are pretty much good to go, but you could see where you could get some sort of rebound off the 236 there, and then you're starting to play it off again at the 1382. So you could be seeing this up to the 2 region. I was seeing this, I put this line here at 28661 because we have those stacked zones up here. So that was noteworthy to me, this 2862 character. It's about the most thick region we have here. So we could see this break up to a region like so. And then we chill out for a bit. I don't know how far down we go at that point, but for me, 28.6 is about as far as I can see us going in the immediate time frame. So yeah, I don't think I would change a thing about how the fibs are situated, so I'm not really sure, like,
wait, what? What's going on? Oh my god, are you guys seeing this? Wait, is it data floating in your area too? Like, what's going on? Whoa, I can see everything. Time, space, distance, it's all just an illusion? They're all just probability waves that are arising from the quantum foam of nothing? That means it's all just momentum and probability waves. Oh wait, sorry guys, I just turned on Momentum Master. Whew. Alright, I guess we should look at the charts instead. Alright, so if you notice on Momentum Master, we had the crossover of the baselines here, which took us to the upside, and then it gave you the alert to your phone here for the re-entry as well. You got fatigue points on all of these with the crossovers as well. You could have just taken these and been scalping all day. Why aren't you? And, yeah, let's go to the 15. So stupid, but hilarious. All right, so let's go into 15 minute.
All right, so we are seeing this kind of hold but gets potentially suppressed. The money flow is attempting to come back up to the RSI on the 15 here. We're seeing the Williams start to come down slightly. It looks like the hourly is getting overbought and trying to come down now. It still has room to potentially go higher. We had previous hidden bullish divergence on the money flow, which played out nicely. You have the cloud nicely beneath price. If you can hold this cloud area, you're still keen for upside. You have this crossover still holding the price on the 5 minute. 5 minute is getting overbought and acting wonky. Let's go to the 10. The 10-minute cloud is also holding strong and true for more upside. It's pretty amazing. You can see everything, man. You should try it. All right, so yeah, we had the hidden bullish on the 10-minute too. MACD wants to get that push from the Williams to go into the stochastic domain, don't ya?
Makes me anxious every time, don't know what to say. The part of you that stays, it's the part that runs away. I'll never find
I thought you'd like that. I got an upgrade from the Matrix.
what do you want from me? If you don't love me back, just set me free.
Cloud on the 30 is like getting a little bit weak sauce, but if it gets that surge from other time frames, it'll open up a bit. But 30-minute time frame is not my go-to. Hourly still good. Let's go ahead and turn on the liquidation levels for Binance just to see what the low-level 100x people are doing. They could be going for a swat off the 100x people. There's a fair amount of 100x longs here. More than shorts, so they could come grab these guys and knock them out really quick, snag their dinero and move up from it. I already took profits up here at my target, so I'm not in any long at the moment. I did go down here though. So I'm looking for a stall out opportunity perhaps. Anyway, while we wait for that to percolate, let's go to the S&P, shall we? And we'll look at the data of what's going on before it opens. See what's in store. Looks like you have like a kind of inverse head and shoulder playing out on the 5 minute here. If we go to the 4-hour time frame, we can see what is going on. Got a rounded out bottom, handle-esque on the cloud, thinning out. Looks like you could see some upside for the, for the futures market anyway. Trend-based fibs. Okay. Yeah, that was pretty funny. The last time we called the S&P, we were like straight downside, and then it just did straight downside. Like, it just did exactly that. But it didn't go to our exact key level, but that was pretty cool. Yeah, you got that double bottom. This is our dragon, ladies and gentlemen. Let's meet our dragon. Hi. You have the Adam and the Eve and the shoulder. Oh, let's just make a nice little double bottom, why don't we? You got the wick that they didn't recover though. That's kind of interesting. It's kind of an Adam and Eve. It's like, it's a weird like Eve Adam. My right click giving me issues again. There we go. So we need to reclaim 3931 to be in this mindset to go up. So we'd have to reclaim here in some way, shape, or form. The hourly is looking good to go. You had a large volume spike, although we haven't gone down from that point. So it's kind of absorbing that sell-off for whatever reason. There's a lot of volume entering on the hourly time frame. Let's go to the 4 hour. Hour getting overbought, and you have the cloud just above your head, which ideally when the cloud is thick, eventually you have to pierce it. You have to deflate some of that negative energy. So they pierce it and then you come back and kiss it. We've seen it happen time and time again. Here they just pierced it and fell back through. So you don't always have to hold it, but you do kind of come back, kiss it, and bounce off it, and then eventually break down out of it. And the converse as well. You sometimes break out, come back, kiss it, and then you're gone. It's just a point of contention, and the thickness of the cloud tells you that you're not necessarily meant to hold it just yet. So what you ideally want to see is something like this, where you would break out and kiss the cloud or come up to there. I don't really know where it would be. Maybe a resistance point at the cloud, come down even below that as it starts to thin. It's already starting to thin a little bit on the 4 hour here. It's going to thin out, and then you surge past, and then you can come back and kiss it for real. Something like that for the S&P. I don't know. Looks good to me. Let's move on. Wow, the dollar went straight to the target that I was talking about, and we got a rocket ship. Looks like we're gonna have some sort of breakdown here on the bullish level that cannot hold. If it does not hold, then it's upside time for Bitcoin, because this is the bullish trend-based fibs level that if it breaks down over here, then there is no bullish idea left for the dollar. Let's go to the higher time frame to see what I mean. It's kind of interesting. It went straight to my target. I don't need to be grandiose about it. It's not my target. It's just the math target. I'm just seeing through the math with my vision. Exactly, transcend. So we had the impulse retrace idea. It created this thing, and that's the level. If it breaks, this whole idea is null and void. At least until it goes back to reclaim some of this little bit of happiness down here. Let's see what those fib levels are. So that would be somewhere down in this region at the 618. We could just continue this down to here and say die dollar die. Oops. You are oversold on a lot of time frames though, so you should heed the rocket ships when they appear. Although if there are extraneous circumstances like banks foreclosing and whatnot, there are things that cause those things not to occur, like the Luna liquidation event did with Bitcoin. So there are anomalies in the indicators. They are not perfect, but they are in normal market conditions. How y'all doing out there? Yo, what's up, Rain Man? I'm chilling like a villain. Alright, so that's pretty much a quick synopsis. I'm not going to meander around anymore. I don't need to draw fake patterns to pretend like I know what I'm talking about. Oh, whoops, did I just say that? Alright, so so mean. So anyway, you have the baselines above price here, and you're at the top of the Keltner channel on total, so you are getting fatigued for all intents and purposes. We did go over that 6 hour crossover event, so you might want to consider taking profits on a long. People are all calling for 30k, but you are seeing the liquidity pools dry up here, folks. Just to give you a heads up, there are pools up here, but once they fatigue you out, they should see some sort of consolidation or retrace to kind of induce more back in on both sides once they absorb those older time frame pools. Just to give you a heads up too. Also, the indicators, when they get crossed over like this, they go up. When they cross down, they go down. It's just the cycles of the ebbs and flows of nature, the spin up electron and the spin down electron, the one electron universe theory. If you haven't checked it out, I suggest you do. There is a theory that this is all just one electron that's extremely busy. So it's possible that this electron wants to spin down at some point just because that's what it does. So don't get by the euphoria, necessarily speaking. And we are at the top of the Keltner channels and all this fun stuff. Pizzazz. So if we go to the 12-hour time frame, you're also at the top of that. You're starting to fade at the top of the baselines here. So yeah, you could be seeing some sort of fatigue over here. If we go back on this range, we're probably we could tap up to the range high zone and see that need of making a higher high met first. What are these indicators I'm using? This momentummaster.info, link in the description. You can check it out. Look at the schematic at Bitcoin's bottom. Toggle all of the indicator components yourself and read about them and see if it's right for you. So yeah, if that's what you like to see. So there's the daily time frame also at the top of the Keltner channel. I mean, you could go up a little bit higher and meander around before you come down again. I mean, you could hold it entirely too and just, kind of ghost feed this really quick. You could kind of, oh, holy moly. Wait. I don't know why it's doing that. It shouldn't be that big. I mean, technically this could all just be one big shoulder, head, and shoulder, but I mean, let's go to higher time frames then. Let's just look at the weekly and the 2 week. So you're getting that double top scenario we were talking about for BTC. Here on total, you're getting this kind of curved up nature. The average of the Williams could be pushing the Williams up some more into overbought territory as it approaches it alongside it. So the weekly time frame started off on a good note. We finished on a good note, and we're starting off on a good note on False Move Monday. Week also saw that golden cross that we were talking about back here from March of 2019. We got 6 days for the 2 week to close. Is that going to close still pointing up or coming down is the question. Same thing applies for BTC. You had the weekly time frame. Started to get that double top idea we were talking about. Let's look at the 3-day and the 5-day, shall we? 5-day closes in 2 days. So the 5-day could be getting this push up to the top of itself. Interesting. And the 3-day as well. Nice. All right, we're gonna try to keep it short and sweet. I don't want to waste your time any more than I have to. Just give you a synopsis of what we see in the charts and what could be in store, and also see what coins you're looking at. I could sit here all day, but I just don't know if that's what's the best course of action for you guys. We're seeing that rejection at that 1382 level of that previous impulse. Let's say what's up. Hey, great music. Hey everyone, transcend. Thank you for not wasting time drawing fake patterns. Nice. Hi-yo. Charting all directions, then I called it later. Oh, ooh, shots fired. And rest of the crew. Yo. Good stuff. Let's look at Matic for my man up in the Momentum Master Discord, subby guy. He loves his Matic. So it looks like it's holding that 236 level. You're overbought on the hourly and the 15. What was the hourly giving you? The 6 hour looks like it's reset in a nice way. You got the 12-hour also, whoa, coming down nicely, although the Williams is telling you look out below. And you get to that hourly time frame. Didn't really give you much. You had the opposite case. You went sideways and got overbought, which is not bullish. It's the opposite of bullish. So that could come down on you. And that would coincide nicely with the 618 tap, which we have yet to see. This thing, if you go from the impulse to the top here. We have yet to hit the 618. So if we want to come down here and dump the hourly and come down to that, that would be cool. This would also be an IDM, which is an inducement. So they had people believe that it was going to continue higher, but actually they're building a pool that they want to knock out from here. So they want to knock out this pool. This is a Model 2 on the checklist. If you go to the Discord for Momentum Master and go to Framework and download the entry checklist. This is the Model 2 idea. But yeah, that's kind of what I'm seeing here, where they induce this fake breakout where they're going to come down and grab it. But that's just because the structure here looks so ugly and M formation like, because it didn't hold this level. It seems like it's like a breakdown idea, like, you know, continuation, rising wedge-esque. And you're at the bottom of this bullish trend line zone. So unless you can hold this for more upside, that's just seeing because the hourly's kind of overbought. But for all I know, I could be completely wrong and you just rip it up to here anyway. I mean, technically you have 4 time frames overbought, and Momentum Master's not telling you you're fatigued just yet, so I don't need to think. Just wait till Momentum Master tells you what to do. Let's go to the lower time frame and see if those locked in on lower time frames. You had the 2 time frames fatigued, and you're holding it nicely as of this moment. So you have that kind of inverse head and shoulders idea intact. If you hold this level, you had bullish divergence on the money flow and the RSI here, so you could be seeing some sort of Hail Mary push on the 5 minute with the 15 out of here. If Bitcoin does go to the upside, it's going to take everything with it. So this would be your idea of riding the 4 hour. If you were going to take that, ideally you would have wanted to get in on the alerts down here. That's why they're there. But and then you could just do a short scalp, like a scalp idea here. And if you get above this 236 and hold it, you're good to go. And then you can look at your stop loss in the profit. We got kind of, you can turn on your trailing stop loss here. It gives you the stop loss at 1138 here on this time frame for the 5 minute time frame. So if you were going to see some sort of Hail Mary push, the hourly's in a little bit overbought status. So unless it holds this level, I would keep it real tight, because it's ultra risk, and then you would just basically see if you could go beyond Thunderdome to here or something. You'd also have to flip these adaptive, which also coincides with that 236 level, and that would be Matic. Do we got anything else for me? Boom. Crypto Weatherman in the house. If you have the time, can we see high? High. Let's go higher. So we talked about it breaking out back here. It did break out, went to the 13% target exactly, and then dumped on you. So if you had followed the idea of these trend-based fib levels and saw that it got rejected at the previous high up here, you could have gotten a nice 13% out of the dealio, and then thought to re-enter down here. Now it looks like you're breaking out again, so let's go ahead and remove that. It's in the past. I don't need to show you pictures of myself pointing to it. Shots fired. All right, so yeah, we went up to there. We went even higher a little bit, but we're coming down now. And the hourly and the 4 hour and the 15 are in the process of coming down. Let's look at the 12 hour too. 12 hour is overbought. You had previously bearish divergence on the money flow, which would have been that perfect exit for that ride down. And yeah, when the money flow gets above the RSI, what do we say? It comes back to the RSI. Currently, you have the money flow above the RSI on the 12-hour time frame, and the cloud is down below saying, hey, I'm lonely down here. What are you gonna do? And it's like on its journey, what? To come and give it a little smoocheroo, maybe, as it's shifting around. So if we just remove all of these, because it's all in the past, boom, it's gone. And we just do it again. So are we coming back to a level here on the 12-hour time frame? Seems we already pushed off the 618 here. So let's do it from the impulse over here. Alright, so we saw a single. We haven't truly come back to that, so we could come back to this level. Let's just put on all the levels and see. So between the 0.5 and the 0.618 would take you down into here on the 12-hour time frame. So if you hold this adaptive moving average, then it's technically available for more upside. However, you are overbought on the daily and below, basically. Daily, 12-hour, and I think the 6-hour by the looks of it. 6 hours meandering around at 50, contemplating whether to go lower or higher. By the looks of it, might be going lower. 4 hours in the process of going lower, but if it resets in a bullish manner, you could be seeing a higher high. You were getting bearish divergence galore, and that's why we started to fade. You started to get some interest about 8 hours ago, by the looks of it, and we're trying to reclaim this adaptive moving average. And the cloud is starting to thin, which is not so keen for long at this time. And you're kind of hitting this with like a triple top idea. If we go over here, yeah, we recovered that gap and then we started to reverse. So they basically recovered this gap over here, and then they're starting to come back down and reset those higher time frames. So by the looks of it, I would wait for the 12-hour to kind of chill out here, unless there's some sort of reason to hold this token. I have no idea about the project or anything like what's interesting about it, but the 15-minute is getting oversold here. But my cup of tea is to get these like juicy 4 or 5 symbols, not some 3 or 2 or something like that, unless there's a real reason to do it. So let's just look at the hourly here. The hourly is starting to curve down on you too. So the 15. If you're looking for like a 15-minute scalp, I can kind of see what you're saying. Like, it depends on how risky you are as a player. Do you like playing the risky 15-minute game and you could just ignore everything else and just look at this and just see the cup and handle here and just take it at face value for what it is and just say, you know, YOLO and do it? That's all up to you. I have no idea about your risk management. But if it holds this pocket for a upside move, you know, you could see some sort of 15-minute idea come to fruition. But you need to maintain, you know, this level for a scalp, 15-minute scalp. If you just look at this and ignore all the rest. And that's high. Take me higher. Nice. Anything else? I got the new heads-up display. It's racking my mind, you know. It's making me see all sorts of stuff. Nice. We got 16 concurrent viewers. Thank you for coming on into the live and sharing your essence with me in this eternal moment of which we all share an inextricable and inexorable part. Also undeniable. The moment never escapes you. You can only be here and now. That's the beauty of it. Time is of the mind and of the essence. Let's go back to BCC. Looks like it's breaking down out of the 28th region. Coming back to the cloud. Let's go ahead and turn on those little liquidation guys. Oh, I need to scoot over a bit. It's missing my face. There we go. Alright, so if this thing will turn on. So we broke ATR on the 5 minute. Come on, man. Load that liquidation level thing. So you still see this thick short up here. They're claiming it's gonna be the top, but you're also getting a lot down here. Not that thick, not impressed necessarily with this pool. Down here looks a little bit more impressive. Wow. So they're going straight for those guys. Finally decided to load. So these are the 100x and 50x characters. What is this indicator? It's a free one by ML Applications called Liquidation Levels version 2. Go ahead and make sure your threshold is at 0.1 for every $100,000 trade and show the statistics to see their amount. As you see, they went and ate all the 100x guys that opened up late here and said nope, and now they're going into the 50x characters. This is why I don't buy into green candles. I get down here at discount. Premium versus discount, folks. It's a good concept to look into. Green candles do not equal support. They equal traps. And they trap the liquidity to become targets to gobble. That's why you look to the left and find the fair value gaps, and if you don't have high block to see these pools, you can basically use this indicator for free or look at the fair value gap regions and try to find where these type of bounce order block regions might occur. So let's go into here and see this. The 618 is going to clear just around that 27647 region. So you could see a local bounce at 27647 here as it clears the 50x right here. My USO is going to hover and try to intercept. Using element 115, it's coming right below it, right under the water. And this is why the bull flag idea is kind of a trap. That's why I don't like to draw them anymore. They're just kind of like what's the word, pacifiers. It's like rubbing your fingers together or sucking your thumb. It's not really like the Rainier's fire with the falling wedge is cool. That plays out because there's a selling idea inside, which is at the bottom of the barrel. Here, doing a channel seems to make more sense, because if it gets to the top of the channel, it goes to the bottom of the channel. You know what I mean? And you can do that with this parallel channel tool or a regression trend. You can just do like that, and it will draw the channel for you and show you when it breaks down out of that channel. If anything, a channel is more organic. So you could do that anywhere too with the regression trend. You can just do 2 clicks anywhere and it gives you the channels for that. $15-minute now oversold on BTC. Let's go see what the S&P did. The S&P broke out from where we were talking about. First broke down, but then started to make its ascent from that region. Let's look at the dollar. Dollar breaking down out of this region. We're getting some rocket ships saying this is where it's meant to go up, but news saying otherwise. BTC getting dumperoo. Wait, where was that? Oh, here we go. Yeah, I was using this chart. All right, let's see. Let's see. If you have the time, can we see hi? Blah, blah, blah. Did that. Danny the butter. You need to scoot over. There you go. Can you look at Clover Finance, CLV? Yeah, sure thing. Clover, CLV. Yeah, this is kind of in a nice fashion, falling wedge, you know. Hourly oversold, 4 hour coming down, 15-minute oversold, 5-minute, wait, just randomly reset, I guess. 6 hour overbought on the adaptive and getting rejected on the adaptive and weighted moving average, which is not that great. And looking at the 12 hour, same deal with I think it was high, where we're coming back to potentially kiss the cloud or whatever it was. It's interesting because the cloud's like insta shifting because the volume is less than larger assets. Previously went up to the daily cloud and pierced it, even though it's blue. It's blue but curving down. That's so weird. Yeah, it's kind of like on some sort of weird simulated thing. So let's go to the 4 hour real quick. So you do have these double bottoms, kind of creating this double bottom scenario with the retrace idea previously. Why are you getting rejected here? It's the 6-12 hour adaptive weighted moving average, but you could be coming back to the 4 hour adaptive here. Where would that be in terms of Fibonacci? you go into the 706 region or below to the 786 at the bottom of that candle. You could look for a fair value gap. I don't know how accurately that would be honored on a altcoin like such as this. This is a finance token. They could be taking their money out to invest it in Bitcoin, and then when they take their profits, they put it back in. Just an idea. If they're a finance token, like, they could be investing their money. So they get their profits off of the retail, and then they invest it, and then they re-inject it back in when Bitcoin's seen its run finally. Yeah, that's another thing that's interesting to note, is when will altcoin season occur? If it should occur, we've already made a run up to 28K. I think we've proven the market is pretty stable, to say the least. So the altcoins can stop acting like abused significant others and start to do something themselves at this point. Let's see if we have something that indicates that. So the USDT dominance is going up. So people are removing their money and bringing it back into USDT for this double, kind of triple bottom idea on the hourly time frame. Still have a large way to go to get back above that 236 if people were going to remain in USDT. Sorry, we were looking at Clover Finance. Sorry about that. CLV USDT. So yeah, if you come back into this region and you reset maybe the 4 hour, the 6 hour and the 12 hour, when you're getting in this high place, you could see some of these aggressive dumps to reset it too. So ideally having it at a low point is good, but you've already expressed interest to the upside, so seeing another scalp is not necessarily out of the question. The hourly is looking like it's going to get suppressed here by the Williams and the higher time frame of the 4 hour. $15-minute coming down on you. Possibly. There is a fair value gap over here, actually. Just below the 706, could be a 786. But I like the way this looks on the 15-minute. I see why the interest is there and accrued, because this looks pretty nice. And in which case you just do your 3 clicks, boom, boom, boom. We could just go all the way down to the bottom to be secure about it. And so you need to hold above the 236 for anything to be kind of decent for it on the 15. Once again, it's the same as the other one. If you can ignore everything else and just look at this, then it is what it is, and then you just keep your thing really tight for a re-entry rather than hold on for dear life. You get knocked out and look for a better place. If it doesn't hold, it's probably going to go down further. And if you have Momentum Master A, you can just use your trailing stop here. Yeah, and it was about where I was saying. It's like a little bit below the ATR, so you do your risk management there. It's a conservative one, so if it were going to run, it wouldn't hit it, is the idea. And that's it for CLV. Boom. So we'll go back to BTC and we'll try to close out the hour for you in a nice manner, and then we will say
adieu at that time. So we're going back to the 618 region. Booyah. So the total, let's see if the total is holding just the same. It looks like the total's not dropping as much. So they're basically just playing with liquidity right now, just ejecting, re-injecting, playing with the late over leveraged people. It's going right back into these imbalance right here. It left the shorts to live another day for now. False move Monday. I caught this one and this one, so I'm good. I don't need to catch the short right now. I was hoping to catch a short from 26.6 though. So we burst right through that cloud when it was thick. So you'd expect at least a little bit of a bearish retest before we come back down some more. If not down at the 618 bounce up to it. And this is how you use the 50 and 100x people's money to maintain the bullishness of the moves. So they become padding and liquidity. And so when you look at these consolidation regions, essentially you'll start looking at what resides below and what resides above, and you're not really paying attention to this so much. You're paying attention to how much is duped into entering at any given moment here or here. And that imbalance is what it gravitates to. So if more people went long and thought that 30K was inbound because they saw open mouth thumbnails, then that's what they're gonna do, is just go gobble them up. And if more people are like, the end is near, then basically they'll go there and eat them. So the sentiment of the masses becomes their own doom. In some way, shape, or form, for at least the latecomers. You know, the smart people were talking about the 618 bounce at 19K. And it doesn't seem real because everything's bearish at the time. So when things are most bearish is when it starts to get bullish, and when things are most bullish, it starts to get bearish. All good whenever is clever. I still need you to send those quartz crystals
SiO2, silicon dioxide, and the piezoelectric effect. I got a couple quartz in here, 3 of them, actually 4, but oh, it's holding the ATR so far.
Don't need to back it up, 'cause I won't believe in you. Yeah, I'm cracking up. No, I won't believe in you. Want to turn me on? I see.
So this is where you would expect to see some sort of bullish order block of some kind for even just like a momentary scalp with a very tight stop loss, if that's what you were inclined to do. $27,647. It clears that region. Let's go to see what 24,617 is here. $27,647. Yeah, it kind of clears up around that region too. 2760, 2755, around here it starts to get less thin.
Don't keep me waiting. Don't keep me waiting. Don't keep me waiting. I'm still here. Don't keep me waiting. Don't keep me waiting. Don't keep me waiting. I'm still here.
It's been a pretty wild ride, hasn't it? It's been so awesome. They've been honoring the oversold and overbought too, so it's been kind of not so difficult, you know, knock on wood. So the 6 and the 8 hour cross down event, when is that going to cascade is the question. So you're seeing 2 hits to the high here. That's an M formation potentiality. I'd be waiting for the 3rd personally, the safest entry. Let's go back to the dollar and see what's up with this rocket ships. It's trying to say help me, but it broke down out of that bullish way. Starting to see that move up. If you break out of here, you're going to come back and retest. Got the thinning of the cloud, kind of rejected off of it at first, but now piercing above. Baseline's beneath price. It's interesting. The S&P is making a move while Bitcoin is making a dump after making the move. But this could be just an order block refill. Whoops. All right, so what to expect? Let's just recap, shall we? So we initialized that the liquidity pools dry up at around 28.67 region on this map, but also on the higher time frames you start to see it get less thick above 2862. So if you go to the regular heat map regions, you have 28.8, 23 billion, 27, 41. This is all on the 6 month, but if you go to the yearly, it starts to drop down from under 100 billion. So the fatigue, the need, the impulse to keep going starts to wane as they knock more out. So that starts to become now the thrusters run out, and you're drifting down to gravity as your rocket ship starts to fall back to Earth. And that's why we were looking at the 8 hour here. So the 8 hour time frame did make that crossover event. No, this is cross under. No, they negated that, right? Right, this is a different asset. The Binance one. Yeah, they didn't get it yet. So it was the 6 hour. So the 6 hour made that crossover and then got negated. We were saying that 8 hour was the thing to wait for, and it had the crossover, but not the cross down just yet. And for the bullish levels, let's just go back to where we were in the previous idea. Is if you hold these levels on this impulse retrace idea, you could continue up into this region. I think the 28661 is a reasonable enough spot to reassess if you were going to ride this up at some point. If it does hit that 618 and bounces feverishly for some reason or another, then basically don't get greedy and close out with a smooth 3% and reassess, as I've been doing from here and here and able to do it 2 and 3 times over again. Not financial advice, of course, just entertainment purposes only. Well, ladies and gentlemen, I thank you for your time, and once again, thank you for coming on into the live and sharing your essence with me in this eternal moment of which we all share an inextricable and inexorable part. Thank you for doing your part, for coming on in each and every day. I hope we can provide you with the same timely assessments and predictions that play out day after day. Let's see what you guys had to say, and we'll catch you on the flip side. Yeah, that's it. Well, thank you very much, and I'll catch you later. Peace.